Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video on the channel. So in this video we're going to be looking at another iPhone 16 Pro case, and it is the TineeOwl case. Obviously for the iPhone 16 Pro, and you can pick up this case from Amazon in the USA for $18.99. From the UK it's a bit more expensive for some reason. It's £22.89 I picked it up for, and that was also on a bit of a sale as well. It comes in three colors. So on Amazon I saw it comes in three colors. It comes in almost black, dusty lilac, and stone, which is the one I have in front of me. So without further ado, let's actually get it open. This is the packaging it comes in. TineeOwl, as you can see, pretty unique name there, TineeOwl. And this is the case itself. So as I mentioned, this is the stone color, and I think it's a really nice color. I don't normally have cases in this color, and I think I actually quite like it. Check it out, guys. Really nice looking color there. We get a bit of branding down the bottom as well. It is a TineeOwl, as you can see. So we get a nice microfiber lining on the inside, a really soft lining. It does feel really nice and soft on the inside. It doesn't extend to the sides here, just something to note. But it does have it on the back, and it will protect your iPhone's back as well from scratches and stuff like that. So really nice to have that, and for a case, at this price, it is a pretty good feature to have. We get MagSafe in here, as you can see. It does highlight to us a few features here. Distinctive rounded action button there. The action button is round, as you can see, pretty unique. And it helps you to sort of, tell it apart from the other buttons. Say if it's in your pocket and you want to just put your phone on silent or something like that, you can actually use that button and differentiate it from the other buttons. That's nice. And then you will get some nice strong magnets, as you can see. It says there, we'll be testing that out a bit later on in the video. And we get grippy sides, so we get a texture on the sides here. Don't know if you can pick it up on the camera there, but it is a grippy texture on the sides there. And very importantly, we do get camera control. So we get a button cover for the camera control here, and we'll be testing that out a bit later on in the video too. So let me move the packaging to the side. Let's bring over the Desert Titanium iPhone 16 Pro, and we're going to be trying it on this phone very shortly. Let's just pop it on the scale first and see what the weight of it is. So it does feel really light, and I've been testing it out the last few days, and it does feel really light in the hands. So it's 42 grams, so it's not actually that light, to be fair. It still does have some heft to it, but it doesn't feel that heavy in the hand. So when you're holding your iPhone with this case, it does actually feel really minimal and really light indeed. So that's surprising to me. It's 42 grams on the scale. Anyway, let's bring over the iPhone. Let's pop it in, guys. So really nice and easy to install there, and this is how it looks. So that Desert Titanium and the stone here aren't exactly, an exact color match there, but it still goes really nicely with this color. Just check it out, guys. It looks really nice. Check it out from the sides here. A really nice look from the side too. We get that distinctive action button there, which is a circle shape there. And we get that texture on the sides too. These little spikes here, which are going to give you some grip. And we get it on this side as well. So first of all, let's check out the fit, guys. How does it fit on the phone? And it fits pretty good. Let's just see if it snaps. Yeah, it does snap. Pretty decent snap there. Pretty easy to take off the corners, but not too easy at the same time. Yeah, pretty good snap on all corners there, guys. And going around the phone itself, we get a bit more pull around the buttons. I'd like to see them tighten the fit up around the buttons a little bit. It is incredibly loose. Just check it out. It takes a little bit of time for it to kind of come back into place there. The rest of the case is absolutely fine. A little bit more around the bottom, but a bit more around the buttons here. So yeah, I'd like to see them make it a little bit more tighter just around the buttons. But overall, I don't have a massive issue with the fit on this. It still fits on it pretty good. So yeah, no problems there really. And then if we look at how it feels in the hand, it feels really good in the hands actually. It does have some really nice rounded edges on the back here, and when you hold it, it just feels really ergonomic to hold, and it just fits your hand nice and easily. It fits the contour of your hand really nicely, and it's a really good feel in the hands really. We get a nicer texture on the back, which is of a stone texture according to TineeOwl. And I like to compare this case here to some other cases. So for example, this is the Kudabe sheath in the black color, and the back has a very similar texture. So they mention it has a stone texture, and the Kudabe sheath also has a very similar texture. But I would say the Kudabe sheath has a bit more of a pronounced texture. You can feel it a bit more, has a bit more of a rough texture, and this is a bit more of a smooth texture. So it has, there's definitely a similarity there. But I would say this just has a bit more of a smoother texture compared to the Kudabe sheath. I actually prefer the texture on this one. I find it a little bit less aggravating compared to the Kudabe sheath. I actually prefer this smoother texture. And on the sides here, we get these small little micro spikes here. And I like to compare this to the Kudabe synthesis, which I have here in the blue color. We do get some spikes on the side here, some grippy texture, you can call it, and we do get some here as well. But on the Kudabe synthesis, you get more of it. It does extend a bit higher. This goes all the way up to the power button. This just goes up to around here, and I would say this is a bit more pronounced. The texture on here is a bit more pronounced. It is a bit more, you can feel it more, and it is a little bit more rougher compared to the texture here. So again, I think I'd like the texture on this one a bit better compared to this. I just find it a little bit less aggravating again. I find it just a bit more easier to hold in the hand, a little bit more just nicer to hold in the hand compared to these cases, the texture on these cases. So overall, I really enjoy holding this TineeOwl case, and I think they've done a really good job in getting that nice balance between having it nice and grippy but also not annoying to hold in your hands. It just feels grippy but yet comfortable to hold in the hands. Taking a look at the camera protection here, guys, and it is a very generous camera lip we get there, so no problems popping your phone down on a table just like that, no problems at all. In terms of a screen lip there, also a very generous screen lip there, even with my screen protector in place there, so no problems popping your phone down on any smooth surface. You won't have any issues in my opinion. I think that's they've done a really good job with the protection of this case, so the screen lip and the camera protection are really good. Taking a look at the cutouts down the bottom, absolutely perfect, no problems there at all are nice and accurate cutouts down the bottom. And guys, let's test out the MagSafe. Let me bring over the Anker 622. Let's pop it on the back, guys. They do mention they have very strong MagSafe. They mention it on Amazon, so let's just test it out and see if that's true or not. Yep, pretty good. Pretty strong MagSafe. I'm shaking it pretty hard there, and it's not really moving too much. As you can see, it hasn't moved very much at all. So the MagSafe is actually really impressive. Yeah, really strong. Really good MagSafe there, guys. And let me bring over a wallet just to further test this MagSafe. Let's pop that on the back there. And let's give it a bit of a few shoves and pushes here. And yeah, again, really strong MagSafe, no problems with the wallet. So yeah, really strong MagSafe with this case. So it's really impressive. And let's just test out the buttons, guys. So we do have that very distinctive action button there, which is a circle. And I like that feature. I actually enjoy pressing it. It isn't the most clicky of buttons, but it does differentiate from the other buttons. And yeah, I like that feature. So if you have it in your pockets or something like that, you can tell it apart from the other buttons, which is nice. And let me just test it out. The buttons are pretty clicky. I'll bring it to the mic. This is volume down and volume up. And this is the action button. So a pretty silent action button. You can't really hear it too much. And then this is the power button. So yeah, really nice and clicky buttons. They are built into the case itself, but even so, they aren't very stiff to push, and they are still a pleasure to actually use. So I quite like the buttons on this case. And let's just test out that camera control, guys. So we do get a camera control cover button here, which is nice to see. I like to have cases which do have camera control because it just protects your camera control button better, and it's just easier to use. So let's just test it out now, guys. One press and it opens up the camera, and a half press and then we can zoom out and we can zoom in. But as you can see, it's not zooming in very well. Let's test that out again and zoom out. it's not very sensitive. As you can see, I am actually zooming out, but it's not doing anything. So let's just test out again. So let's zoom in, and it's not doing anything. As you can see, the selection is activated, but some swipes don't actually work. So let's zoom out again. As you can see, I am pressing it, and sometimes it works, and as you can see, sometimes it doesn't. So this is one gripe I have with this case. I like that they've included a camera control button, but it just doesn't work very well. Maybe the case I have has maybe some quality control issues with it. But let me know your thoughts. Have you had this? Have you tried this case with camera control, and how does it work for you? Because I've been trying it. I've been using it over the last couple of days, 2 or 3 days, and then I've had the same issue. So yeah, sometimes, as you can see, it just doesn't swipe out, and sometimes it does. Sometimes it does, and as you can see, sometimes it doesn't. So it's not very sensitive, and it just, it's not very reliable in my opinion. This camera control doesn't work the best, and this is one flaw I see in this case. This is one gripe I have with this case. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Have you had this case, and have you had that issue with the camera control on this case? Other than that, I really like this case. That's just one thing that's let it down. I really do like this case. I like the feel in the hand. I like the grip on the side. It's not too aggravating. I like the texture on the back as well. I like the look of this case. I love the color. This stone color looks really nice to me. And just looking down on the phone, it does look really nice. And also the feel in the hands is really ergonomic, and it just feels nice. It's just got a really nice feeling, nice and sort of light feeling in the hands. It doesn't add too much bulk to your phone. It's just overall a really good phone case. And if it wasn't for that camera control, I would say that this is definitely a case I would recommend, but I can't recommend it with the camera control working in that way. Obviously, if it was working well, then I would recommend this case, but I can't recommend it in that state it is in at the moment. But let me know your thoughts. Have you had this case? Have you had any issues with the camera control? Or is it just the case I have in front of me? Have there been some quality control issues with this case? Let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts on this case. I think it's a really good price as well. In the USA, you guys are picking this case up for $18.99, which is a really good deal in my opinion, under $20. For a case that has camera control, strong MagSafe, a nice microfiber lining on the inside, clicky buttons, good camera protection, good screen protection. Overall, it is a really good case, but in my case, the camera control has just let it down. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your experiences on this case in the comment section down below. I'd really be interested to know what you think, because I really want to actually use this case daily. I want to keep this case, but the state it's in at the moment, I'm planning on returning it because of that camera control issue I've had with it. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope you found this review helpful. If you did, drop it a like, leave a comment in the comment section below, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and I'd really appreciate that. Guys, I'm going to leave it here. Catch you in the next video, guys. Take care. Bye.